How to balance business and personal life as an entrepreneur. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths, and I think it's a real challenge to balance everything that you have going on in your personal life, your family, your business, and somehow it's supposed to be this kind of balance, and I think that that is not possible. And anyone who tells you they've got a balanced life is just talking nonsense. But what I do think you can do is you can fill up your buckets with passion and zeal and enthusiasm. And so when you are in the working bucket, you go for it. And when you're in the family bucket, you are putting everything into your family rather than trying to have this balance, because it doesn't always work like that. You know, for me as a single parent, I am pretty hands-on with my son. He's autistic and I'm around. And so I'm not always 100% focused on the business because I'm being present with him. And then there are times when he's at school or he's with his dad and I can be 100% focused on the business. And so that's how I manage my time. It's not about this balance thing. It's about making sure that you are really focused and energetic and passionate when you're in that bucket of time. And so rather than trying to do everything at once, you just sort of break it down into, okay, in this chunk of time, what am I focused on? What is my passion? What is the thing that I'm looking at? And whether that is being really present with your family, being really present with your friends, with your relationship, or being absolutely gung-ho in your business life, or whatever else you have going on, your working life. And when you see it in that way, then you're 100% committed, you are 100% focused in that bucket to that goal, to that aim, that desire, that whatever you want to create. And you're really intentional with that, and you're focused and you're passionate and you're enjoying it. And then when you've completed that bucket, whether you've actually done the task or whether you've said, you know what, actually I had 3 hours, that's it, I stop, then you can go and do something else and then have the same zeal and enthusiasm and passion. Our life is not meant to be like, balance to me is somehow mediocre, like, you know, just by doing everything. So it's like, yeah, it's okay. Whereas actually when you just go for it, you're going for it within that constraint, within that little bubble. But you can have multiple bubbles, so you can do all the things you want to do. And, you know, I found that was the way that I wrote my book. I had a day where I was like, I'd get up at 4, I'd get on with my book, I'd write, I'd take my son to school, do that. But then that was my writing day and I just cracked on. And, you know, when my son came home from school, I would sit by him, we'd, you know, make dinner, do the things, put him to bed, and I'd carry on writing. And I had 2 days like that to write my book. And so, you know, and that carried on for 12 weeks. And then I finished my book. But I created a bubble of time, and it was like, I'm going to put everything into this to get it done. Rather than being like, oh yeah, I'll do 10 minutes a day, because 10 minutes a day doesn't work for me. 10 minutes a day is like, I frilly-frally around. I have to go all in. And maybe I think it's an undiagnosed ADHD brain. I have to do something and commit to it and throw myself into it. And once I'm in that space, and it can take me a bit of time to get into that space, then I commit and I go for it. In the same way, today I'm filming YouTube videos and my son is with his dad. So I dropped him off the school this morning. I went for a run. I got my hair done. Do you like it? And then it was like, right, okay, from 11 we get on with filming. And I've been filming for a few hours now, and I'm gonna keep going. And it's funny because I like to be in this zone. I like to get things done, and it's like, right, this is my day. I know I don't have another day between now and the school holidays to film any more videos. And so I've got to get them done today. And I want to, I've sort of carved out, I want to create 22 videos, and I've done about 12. So I've got 10 more to do. And I had a moment earlier where I was like, oh, I think my brain is definitely getting a bit fried. And so it's like, right, so we'll go and jump up and down, do some things. I took some MCT oil, which I love for kind of helping me with focus. And I ate a bit of protein, again, helps me with focus. And it's like, right, I carry on. And, I have learned ways to help me with focus. I find if I have some food, particularly like something carby, I will fall into a food coma and fall asleep. It's like, which obviously isn't helping me with productivity. So I sort of have mapped out my day. So it's like, right, I get it done. And then I have a longer working day once a week. And that's when my son goes to his dad's. And that's my one day to really get stuff done. And that's my content creation day. So it's working out for you. When can you have a longer day where you just, that's your focus day and you get stuff done? Or when can you have quiet time when no one else is going to disturb you? Like for me, no one else is disturbing me. I've put my phone on do not disturb and I'm in this zone and I'm going for it. And I'm going to get there. Yes. Not really doing that, but anyway. But the point is I'm in this kind of creative zone. And then I'll soon fall out of the creative zone and then I'll be like, right, okay, I'll be doing something else. And tomorrow I will be back in mum zone. And so you don't have to always think of it like a balance. And I think this word balance is not achievable. It's not possible for us. And then we feel guilty because we're not in balance. We're not some kind of, we're not a pair of scales. We're humans. And we, I used to love those scales, the scales with the weights and measuring out the ingredients for my mum when I was cooking, when I was little. And we're not that. We're fully rounded humans. And so I want to dump the sugar and dump the fat and dump all the things in and mix it all around and do it. And then another time I'm going to do something different and I'm going to go for it with zeal and passion about, whether it's seeing my friends or parenting or, and be 100% committed to my son and his needs. And so if you think of it in that way, like look at your diary, really start looking at, right, what is my focus in this particular chunk of time? And if you chunk down your time, it might be into 45 minutes. It might be it's into 3-hour sections. And in that time, you are 100% committed to whatever it is. So for me, on a normal day, I basically give myself 4 hours of work time. So I will wake up early, I'll do my meditation, do my journaling. My son wakes up and I'm 100% committed to him and focused on him. I get him to school, I go for a run. And then when I come back, I faff around, do a bit of tidying in the kitchen. And I've basically got from 10:30 till 2:30. And that's my window. That's my focus time. And because I know that I only have that 4-hour window, and I just have to get it done, it removes that whole like, oh, let's faff around, because I've just got to get it done. In the same way, I've got to get these videos done. And so I get stuff done. I'm motivated, I do it, and it means that I accomplish so much more. And then I go and pick my son up from school. And when I've got him, I'm completely in mum zone. I'm focused on him. We are baking, we're watching TV together, I'm cooking dinner, I'm getting him out the door to go to all of his activities, and I'm committed in that zone. And then I put him to bed and I might faff around a bit and all of that stuff, and I speak to friends, but that's how I chunk out my day. Because if I don't do that, if I don't commit to what I'm doing, then it's like, oh, I'll be wishy-washy through the day. Then I pick up my son and I'm still trying to do some work while I'm with him. And that's not fair to him. And then I feel guilty because I'm not doing the job and I'm not doing him. And so if I'm like 100% committed in that zone, then I'm like, the headlight goes on and the focus goes on, and it's like, come on, Lucy, you've got to do this. And so it ramps me up. It's a kind of motivation for me to like, right, you've got this window, maximize it. And it means that I am so much more intentional about my time with my son, that this is my pocket of time with him. On the weekends, I want to maximize the fun. So I want to do all the activities and maximize that time with him, because those pockets of time aren't always there. He's with his dad sometimes, but also I think for me as a kid, I went to boarding school, and so I didn't always have that focused time with my parents. They weren't around. So when they were around, I wanted to really be with them and be present with them. And I looked at them, and and it really sort of influenced the way that I show up in my relationships, the way I show up with my son, but also in my relationships, the people that I love. I want to be 100% committed to them and be like with them when I'm with them. And I think that's such a lesson to all of us, that if we can really show up with intention and commitment and be present with them, be really seeing them for who they are, then that is a much nicer way to run a business, to be present with our clients, be present with our children, our family, our loved ones. And when you commit to that, it all just flows. So, and it's so much easier in the long run. You don't have that burnout and that juggle and that feeling guilty than when you're trying to do everything in one go and it just doesn't work. So, if you like this video of me ranting on a little bit, then I'd love you to subscribe. Please click on the link below to subscribe. I share loads of videos about running your own business, being a solopreneur, somehow managing to keep it all together. And if you'd like to stick around, please subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, bye, bye.